Hello, my name is Vincent from Airgunseurope.com, and in this video I'd love to tell you something about the Weihrauch HW97 K. Now, Weihrauch is a German brand and they still produce every air rifle in Germany, unlike some other German brands. Making it one of the best air rifles, not only because it's German, but because it's really well made. It's made to last decades, and they're really well known for their accuracy. Now, this is an underlever air rifle. It's the same cocking action as the HW97. The HW97, however, has open sights on it, and it's meant to be shot with open sights. On that one you can mount a scope, but it's primarily for using open sights. Now, this one hasn't got any open sights on it, so you would have to mount a scope for that. And also the stock and the fitting of the stock is specifically designed for shooting with a scope. And you notice that because when you shoulder this air rifle, yeah, you're on the right end of the scope. It's the right height and it just feels really nice. It's quite a heavy air rifle, weighs around 4 kilograms or over 4 kilograms. This one, the K version, has got the wooden beach stock, which is ambidextrous, so both good for left and right-handed shooters. It's got the rubber butt pad on. Now, this one, the one I'm holding, is a 5.5mm or 22. They also make it in 4.5 and in 6.35, and they make it in different types of stocks as well. There's also a wooden thumb pole version, which is the KT, and then there's that one with a synthetic stock, which is the black line. Also completely ambidextrous, but yeah, synthetic. And there's the stainless steel version, which is just this rifle in a different color. But like I said, it's an underlever air rifle. So it's got a fixed barrel, and the barrel is connected with the same end on which you mount the scope. So that's pretty good. To mount the scope, there's an 11mm groove cylinder over here, so which you can fit the scope mounts on. Over here you see something which looks like a silencer, but it hasn't got any chambers in it, and so it's not really a silencer. There is an end cap, however, and when you take this off by using an Allen key, you could mount a special silencer for this air rifle, which we also have. I do have to say though, if you would mount an extra silencer on this air rifle, as a shooter you would hardly hear any difference, because most noise in this air rifle and many other spring air rifles is in the spring and piston going forward, and not so much the muzzle blast. If you would have a PCP rifle and you would add a silencer, that would make a complete difference. But with an air rifle like this, yeah, to my opinion, it's more like a waste of money. So I wouldn't do that. I would invest that in buying a better scope. The scope is not included with this air rifle. I mounted one which is a Hawk Vantage, the 6x24x50, which is quite a good scope for this air rifle, especially if you would want to shoot long range. I personally own one of these air rifles myself. I use it at a shooting club and at 50 meters. Of course, I have the privilege to be testing out lots and lots of different types of pellets, and I think I've tested them all. A really good pellet for this air rifle, if you would have it in 22, is the JSB Exact Heavy. But the best pellet for shooting long range and for the best accuracy is the H&N Field Target Trophy. It's a bit lighter than the JSB Exact, but it has a bigger head size of 5.54mm. And yeah, that simply works really well with this air rifle. We sell them in full power versions because we are based in the Netherlands and we don't have any restrictions by law on power. For instance, if you would want to buy this air rifle in Germany, it comes in 7.5 joule, because that's the maximum pressure that they can have in an air rifle. And over here it's unlimited. So over here it's the full power version, has around a muzzle energy of up to 20 joules and a muzzle velocity in 5.5 of 230 meters per second. Yeah, let's take it to our range and test it. Okay, so we're on our range, ready to test fire the Weihrauch air rifle. To load the rifle, simply push this button over here beneath the barrel, releasing the cocking lever, pull it all the way through. Now this is really smooth, you can hardly feel the spring at all. take a pellet, place it inside of the barrel. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is the 5.5mm version. Close it, click. Now, when I loaded it, the safety automatically went on, which is quite a common thing with Weihrauch spring rifles. To take it off safety, simply push this button. Then you can see the red indicator over there showing you it's armed. And then put on my glasses. Yeah, that's really smooth. Also, this rifle has got one of the best trigger units inside, which is the Racket trigger unit. It's a really good trigger, which is easy to adjust. There's a screw beneath the trigger, and if you would turn this counterclockwise, you can reduce the pressure of the trigger. Also, apart from the normal safety, which is this one, there's also a second safety, which is the bear trap safety. Now, if I loaded it, and for instance I would pull the trigger, this thing won't go back. So it can only go off when this is in its normal closed position. That also means that you can't decock the spring of this air rifle. So once you loaded it, the only way to decock the spring is by shooting it, and then of course it's not really good for a spring piston air rifle to shoot it without a pellet. So always make sure that when you loaded it, you shoot it with a pellet. I really like this air rifle. I shot with it many times in the past on the shooting range in our town here in Leeuwarden. There's also a 100-meter range over here, and I shot with it at 100 meters. It's not a 100-meter air rifle, because when you would shoot at 100 meters, it'll take you a few seconds for the pellet to impact the target, and there would be a bullet drop of over a meter. But it is your perfect 50-meter air rifle. If you're interested in this rifle, or you would like to try it, you can also always come and visit our store in the Netherlands, or you could just simply order it online. We ship across Europe, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, see you next time.